Welcome to Her Voice. Today we have one of UK's most interesting new jazz singers. She has been compared to the likes of Judy Garland, Horace Silver. She has played tens of legendary London venues, including the Ronnie Scotts. And her music is inspired by Ray Charles and Nina Simone, to name a few. Faye Patton, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Faye.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How are you today?
I'm tired. I'm tired, I'm frazzled, but I'm enjoying the spring sunshine.
Good,
Yep.
good. Long working day. After
Yeah.
all, after all.
Yeah. No, it's good.
So, how do you feel being a part of the HerVoice project?
It's great. It's all happened quite quickly.
You know why we're here? I have some quite disturbing news regarding the gender gap in the music industry. And although I think, I have a feeling that you already know that is not news for you, but let's say only 3 solo women have won the Mercury Prize Award in its 25 years of history. Less than 5% of recognized producers are women in the music industry, and only 14% of the Performing Rights Society members are women. So we're here today to talk about the gender gap in the music and entertainment industry. Do you find yourself getting compared only to female artists?
No, not at all. There's some obvious comparisons that people make with, let's see, Joni Mitchell. People have said Nina Simone, which I think is silly. I just think it's silly. But I appreciate the compliment of it. Ricky Lee Jones, Carly Simon. Who else? Ricky Lee Jones was the other one. Tori Amos, which again I think is not quite accurate. So I get those comparisons. But then I do get comparisons to Ray Charles, Herbie Hancock. And Horace Silver, that's been the nicest comparison that I know of, because Horace Silver was a really excellent, unusual pianist who wrote his own lyrics and his own inventive songs, which is kind of what I want to do as well. So that's the most accurate one, I thought,
That's great.
Yeah.
So there's an exception to the rule then, which is a good thing, the fact that they compare you to to male artists.
Yeah, and Prince as well. Someone compared my guitar playing to Prince.
Okay,
so
that's great.
yeah, and I get compared to sort of men who did things in a feminine way and women who did things in a masculine way. So there's a great tradition of that, and I'm sort of part of that, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Have there been a moment where you were treated differently because you're a female artist?
I have to sometimes project quite a sort of sense of, do not come near me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I noticed that, and there's also the thing of, as a woman, you have to be over assertive when you're dealing with people like promoters, festival managers, because I have a sense that they, if they think that you're on your own and you haven't got much backup, much team, they will sort of turn you down. And it's not that they'll bully you, but it's like asking for a promotion at work. They'll rely on you not kind of coming back and really kind of going like that with them.
Okay.
So, and with a guy, they would take you a bit more seriously, I think. So things like that, yeah.
Okay.
Laura Nyro, my memory came back. I need to mention her, because not everyone knows about Laura Nyro, but she was like a pioneer of voice and piano, and wrote the most incredibly quirky songs, but also played as a side woman with Miles Davis, Ornette Coleman. So I was really mashing up the kind of genres, and I have been compared to her
a
lot
great.
as well.
Wow, that's great. Would you say, looking from a different standpoint, would you say that being a female in the industry sometimes can work in your favour?
Yeah, definitely. And I've written about this in my contribution for a book that I was in recently.
Okay.
How does it? Because people in society are now very hungry for change. They're hungry for female entertainers, and lots of people are. Men are, women are, children are.
That's great.
Girls are, teenagers are, industry people are. People who watch TV and see the same old crap, they are hungry for it as well. So people are really wanting to see decent female role models. I mean, really strong sort of warrior type archetypes. People need that. People want to see it. And I work with children quite a lot, and I know that parents of children, mothers and fathers, they want something for their daughters. They really passionately want it. They don't want the same old kind of crap. So yeah.
Oh.
It does. And also there's this thing, which is a double standard of when you play instruments as a woman. It's like you have to be very good. You can't get away with being mediocre, like all the men in blues bands like across the country going, kind of just being a bit rubbish. But they have the confidence to try and be rubbish. Whereas as a female, you've got to be really good. But then there's that thing of like, she can play, like, at all.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
As usual, women have to do double to get half of what they
do,
yeah.
But the other side of that is how refreshing to see somebody playing really good jazz piano, or seeing a woman who's really in charge of her business, or picking up like a rock guitar, really kind of thrashing it in a really phallic way, like a guy, you know. So, yeah. There's good. Everything's going to come right with this crappy gender imbalance. It's going to come right.
Sooner or later, it has to happen. Yeah.
People want the change. They do.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. So, what would you do to change things in the industry if you were given unlimited power?
Okay. I would love unlimited power. I would wear it very well.
Okay.
Yeah, it would suit me very well. It would be in safe hands.
And what would you do to change the...
We have to look at society as a whole, which is it's all completely fucked, okay? It's not just the entertainment industry. That's like just a little sort of window of the bigger kind of global picture. The main thing is this terrible economic inequity that women are really suffering. So what I would change is that women do not have to struggle with poverty every day and all these other tasks that women are associated with, like caring for others, caring for children. I'm very fortunate. I don't have children. I never wanted children. So that's a big thing that doesn't take my time. I don't have to care for an elderly relative yet. But lots of women, they're in those roles of caring, and all their creative energy goes to the nurturing and the looking after of other people. And that's to do with money often. And that would need to change so that female artists can have that massive time and space to do their thing. That's what it's all about.
Okay, well, that's good. And now, if you were offered tomorrow £1 billion, okay, for a lifetime recording contract, planetary fame, but you have absolutely no power over the kind of music you can do, would you accept it?
No, obviously, because first of all, £1 billion is not a great deal of money.
Okay.
If you think about the trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions that is spent on war, basically, and it's just printed. Federal Reserve just prints what it likes. It's meaningless. So £1 billion is not very much to be living a life of celebrity servitude. So no, thank you. That wouldn't be a deal for me at all. I need a lot more money.
Okay, what about if it were trillions of money? Okay.
No, again, it's not a good deal.
Okay,
but I would take the deal that was trillions of money to live a life of creativity, spirituality, ethical, educative.
Yeah. I'm totally up for it. Let me know in case, because I mean, I'm up for it. So, is there a female personality that you look up to, your inspiration?
Yeah, so many. All of the great jazz divas of the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, and 80s, some of them. Yeah, I'm listening a lot to Patrice Rushen, who was known as a big soul artist and funk artist, who did a very famous funk track called Forget-Me-Nots. That's what she's known for, but she was also a phenomenal jazz pianist. So the fact that she moved in those different worlds is a huge inspiration for me. I follow a lot and listen to and go and see when I can a Japanese jazz pianist called Hiromi Uehara.
Oh yeah,
and she's
love her.
And again, she collaborates with so many different people, and she brings not just her music, but this sense of loving the people. And certain artists have always had that. They bring everyone together by doing something that's just so unique.
That's what art is meant for, probably.
Of course, ultimately, yeah. Shaka Khan, Rachel Ferrell, Anita Baker, any really huge sort of massive singer. Melina Moy, who is a US artist that people don't know about, but she's a phenomenal guitar player, and she writes her own songs, and she's sort of channeling that kind of Little Richard, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, kind of really flamboyant with a sort of gospel root. behind it. But she's like a real showwoman, wears huge kind of boots and sort of falls out all over the stage in a sort of James Brown kind of a way. Orianthe Panagaris, who's an electric guitarist.
Yeah, Orianthe, I know her.
Yeah, she toured with Michael Jackson.
Exactly. Yeah, she was rehearsing with him for the This Is It tour. Yeah, she's amazing.
Right, and she's such an inspiration because again, she collaborates with a wide range of people and just brings this kind of love.
Alice Cooper. She's been touring with lots of great artists.
So in terms of musicians,
okay.
Those are the kinds of people that I really, really admire. Yeah, but I also, I've got to say this, I admire women who are just women, normal people, and maybe they live in some shitty place in Gaza, or they're living in Calais in the camps, but they're trained, they're educated, they've got all these kind of potential things they want to say, more than ever, maybe things that need to be said, stories they can tell, and they can't quite get a platform for it because of their circumstances. So I think of those women a lot.
Okay.
And I think, wow, I don't have anything to complain about. I must just do it.
No.
Do what I can.
Yeah, exactly. And that's and what's your average day? What do you do during the day? How do you compose music every day? Do you what do you do? Like?
My rhythm at the moment is, and has been for a while, that in the mornings I go out and I do classes for babies and mums or dads or carers or nannies or whatever, and earn some cash from that, come back, and the afternoon is the woodshed, which for non-jazz people is not that I go in the woodshed and make a cabinet. I play my instruments. I put my hands on my guitar or my piano and I just play, and I rehearse for whatever I'm doing. I teach at Middlesex University.
Have you ever done anything in your career that you regret?
Not so far. No, I've had situations which I feel kind of bittersweet about, but not through any action or inaction on my part. I sometimes think, that was regrettable, because I thought that would lead somewhere, and so I have some regrets that, at times I've regretted because artists, when we're kind of starting out on our journey, we do a lot of work for free. We do a lot of really hard graft, and sometimes you think, I was so drained by just not getting any bread for that gig or that project. But somehow, sure enough, kind of later on, a little bit later, maybe a year later, maybe 2 years later, some kind of contact from that experience does actually bear fruit. So one shouldn't really regret anything. It all leads somewhere. I regret when I've been a dick.
Okay. Well, but we're human beings. We all do. We're human beings. So what are you doing at the moment? What are you working on, and what your upcoming projects?
Several things. I'm playing a lot of session guitar at the moment with an artist called Khadijatu Doyner, who works with a promoter of African music called Open the Gate, and we're playing with our trio, or with her quartet. Now we have sort of various drummers involved, at Passing Clouds on 22nd of April. So we're currently sort of rehearsing up for that. That's exciting. I really like playing guitar on other people's projects. It's a totally different sort of feeling. It's fun in a different way.
Yeah, I remember I saw you playing with Lazy Hammock.
That's right.
Exactly.
No doubt we'll collaborate again later on in the year. And I'm promoting this great book that I'm involved in by a publisher dedicated to jazz based in Cologne called Buddy's Knife, www.buddysknife.de Deutsch. And it's a wonderful sort of anthology of women who've been involved in jazz, improvised music mainly. I'm the only kind of slightly poppy kind of person throughout the kind of 20th century really. So there's women in here who've collaborated with Miles Davis, who've opened up for Bill Evans in New York in the 60s, and I'm in it as well. So I'm trying to promote this and talk about it whenever I can.
So it's giving birth
to sound.
Women
in creative music, including but not limited to jazz. And me and all of the people in this, we want to make it into a festival in Cologne probably, but we're not sure where, and sort of continue the momentum of the book and of the project, because some of the stories in this, women's stories, are really important. The things that we go through. There's quite a few people in here, including me, who were told by people that we didn't write our own music because it was too good. And people didn't believe it was ours. They said, that's a cover. And I'm going to check later. You didn't write that.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's also women here who've been jazz pianists or independent musicians going out on their own in the New York in the 60s who've been sort of sexually threatened and have to deal with that kind of thing after they come on stage by other musicians. Yeah, so these stories are really earth-shatteringly important. And I'm promoting my latest album, Dangerous Loving. That's doing quite well.
Oh, this is a great album, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
just
you.
amazing, really good, really, really good.
Thank you very much. I'm glad that you think so. It's on this very good little independent jazz CDs UK distributor.
Okay.
And the beauty of that is it's really old-fashioned. You just send in and say, I want the CD, and I post it to you.
Okay.
With a little
That's
personal
great.
note,
Oh,
which is a really nice
great.
hands-on way
Come on, start writing.
of distributing.
That's great,
Yeah.
great.
So that's
So
what
lots of great projects.
Yeah.
So very interesting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, I would like you to prove me that you're actually the Faye Patton that I know. Because, so would you sing something to me?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm in the mood
that's
today.
Yes.
Sing,
Yeah.
to sing a song that it's a very famous song actually. It's a song that everyone will know. And I sing this on stage to grown-ups. And I sing it to the babies that I teach. In fact, I sang it this morning to the babies that I taught.
Okay.
And I'll just go straight into it. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-doo-ba, doo-da-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. It's the only way to fly. It's the only way to fly. It's the only way. It's the only way to fly.
I would say definitely this is the real Faye Patton.
It's the real me.
Thank you very much. That was great. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
And yeah, it was great having you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thanks.
Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Living easy, living free. Season tickets on a one-way ride. Asking nothing, leave me be.